Okay. Are we live here? Is everything coming through correctly for you? Let me double check here on my browser window. Let's see. If you can hear double music, it's because I'm listening to, to myself just to make sure my voice is coming through properly. But yeah, it is. Everything is working. Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you are all having a wonderful Sunday. You know, to start off this next week. That will be awesome for sure. So I hope you are doing well there, wherever you are. And let me say hello to Cereja there, Rial, one of our supporters. Hello Rial, glad to have you here. Dr. Kebab, also good to have you here, my friend. Otávio Lemos as well. And Otávio was asking how to join the server. Today we'll be on the Miami server. I don't think I've updated the list of servers. I have not. Let me update that now. I think it will be quick. Let me find the file here. Where is it? Yeah, all I have to do is change a word here. And it should show up on screen right now for you. Yeah, there it is. So this is the server IP we'll be playing on today. It is also pinned on the stream chat and on the stream description. Hey, hello there, Tsofek, glad to have you here as well, nice. And Yao saying hello there as well, very nice. So yeah, this will be the IP we'll be playing on, so copy it from this description. All my servers are listed in the description. All you have to do is copy this IP here, info. Don't click it as a link, just copy it. And then go into TF2. Let me show the server up there on screen as well, up there on the corner. So yeah, after you copy that IP, just come into TF2, come here into Find Game, Community Servers, Favorites. You will be tossed in the Internet tab, but this is not where you want to be. You want to be on Favorites. And then you click here, Add a Server, and then you paste in the IP and click Add this address to Favorites, and it will show up on the list. If it doesn't show up initially, just press refresh and it should show up, and then you can connect into our Miami server through there. So that's how you do it. We are already here with Uncle Leo rocking his Queen Fortress costume. just died there, the zombie scout. Oh no. And you're also here with a lot of people. Firefly, Sentient Free-to-Play Noob, Davidka, Dr. Kebab, Staging is also here. So we're gonna have some fun. And I don't really know why, but today I feel like playing some engineer. Perhaps I feel like suffering today. Those of you who don't know, I'm very bad at engineer, but it's what I wanna do today. So yeah. Hey, hello there, Johnny. How are you doing? Yeah, hashtag SafeTF2. For sure, my friend, for sure. And hello there, Simon. Glad to have you all here, fellas. Come play with us, it will be a lot of fun. We already have a Hoovy here. Apples heavy. Yeah. Let's start playing here. I want to play some TF2. I don't want to be friends today. I just want to play the game. So yeah, I don't know if I'm doing this correctly, because again, I am very bad at playing engineer, but I'll give it a try anyway. I think it is worth a shot. Otávio is saying he managed to join. That's very nice, Otávio. I'm glad you managed to come play with us. So yeah, let's get a game going here. And I really like this map. Cough King is pretty good, especially for spy, you know. Very good map in that sense. Okay, come here, scout, come here. Okay. Just killed me there, Dr. Kebab. Finished me. I think the sentry position isn't very good. Perhaps I should place it more to the right there. So yeah. Migaduga is saying there, engineer gaming. Yeah, engineer gaming for sure, my friend, for sure. That meme is so silly. I really like it. What is this demo man doing here? What are you doing, Davidka? Let's play some TF2. Let's do this. It will be a moment until spies realize where I am building my stuff, so I have to pay attention to that. But yeah, I'm a bit tired today. I don't know if you fellas can notice it. I think you probably can, because I think I'm not very good looking, but particularly today I think I look pretty bad. You know, I'm very tired. And I'm a bit sad as well, you know. I'm having fun here with you, and that's nice. but I'm a bit sad because I was grading some essays from my students, and I found in a batch of about 70 essays or so, I found 7 works that were copied from the internet. Like straight up copied, you know, the whole thing. Some of them copied from the same place and tried like switching a couple of words here and there, you know, just to make it seem like they didn't copy from anywhere else. But that only makes it more obvious, you know, because the text, the essay doesn't make any sense, you know, it's kind of sort of like incoherent. And I suspected, you know, they were copying it, but I didn't think it would be so many of them. Like 7 essays on a batch of 7 or 70 is a lot, you know, compared to what I'm used to getting, which is really none, you know. I'm not very used to my students outright copying their essays from the internet instead of writing original works. So that was kind of a bummer, you know. I'm actually kind of sad about that. Hey, hello, Acox, glad to have you here. Hello there, and Papa Delta is also here. Hello, my friend Papa Delta. Come play with us, fellas. We are on the Miami server today. It will be a lot of fun. Come play with us because it will be nice. So, yeah, you know, if you are a student and you have an essay to produce or something like that, you know, some sort of written project, don't copy from the internet. You are gonna make your teacher sad like that. Just don't do it. You know, it would be better you didn't deliver your essay, you know, than delivering a copied text, you know, from the web. That's very depressing. You know, I get it why students do it, because, you know, they want to get good grades, you know, without much work. Because I think they think like this. If the teacher doesn't notice I copied my work, then I'm gonna have a good grade, you know, for absolutely no work at all. I only have to copy some stuff, change a little bit here and there. You know, it's easy grades. That's what I mean. And I get that idea, but, you know, it's just so so dirty, you know. It's kind of like, I know these students personally, you know, and it's kind of sad that they're like lying to me. That's pretty lame. So that's why I'm a bit sad today. I wish things didn't have to end this way, so that's concerning. So Fex asking, what was the theme of the essay? I don't think I can disclose specifically the theme of Sofek. I have to keep things kind of vague, you know. I don't really have clearance to talk about specifics. But it was something about smoking, you know, like smoking cigarettes. It was a work about that. And that health problem. You know, nothing really too complicated that regular students wouldn't know about, you know, something about to write. And there were even support texts to help them out, you know, kind of like to handle them information, to help them in the essay, and they like didn't use that and simply preferred to copy it from the internet. I'm very sad about that. So yeah. Victor is saying, why you always start sooner? I almost missed to enter the server. I'm sorry, Victory. I tend to start a bit sooner because I feel like that's better for viewers who are already waiting here to watch it, you know. I think it makes sense. Since there's already like 10 people waiting for a stream, then it's just 2 or 3 minutes. I might as well just start it. So that's what I do. Hey, hello there, Musguy. Glad to have you here. Guess who's back? Yeah, my friend. Very nice. I hope you are doing well there, Musguy. It's been a while since you managed to come by one of the streams. I'm very glad to have you here. Pretty nice. I hope you are doing well there. Okay, let's place our sentry here. Ah, no, 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 no. Ah, come on, Dr. Kebab is just too good. I have to pay attention to him. And Eduardo is here as well. Very nice, Eduardo. And Sofek saying, what a shame, I honestly miss essays like that. Yeah, you know, I understand it is a bit tiring for the students. Because in the school in which I work, they have to produce one essay per week. So, you know, they have writing classes weekly. And every week they have an essay to produce. It's not a long essay, it's something like 30 lines of text, you know, 4 paragraphs. It's kind of very short essays, not very long. But they have to do one every week about a different topic. So it can get a bit tiring, but the idea is to make them practice writing in short bursts, you know. So they get used to how to write a good text. It's actually a very interesting way of doing it. I know some schools, even here in Brazil, that don't have that sort of practice. You know, students kind of like make one essay per month or per semester. There's even some schools that do that, and I think that's very lame. It is better to practice often. A skill so important, you know, as writing clean and coherent texts. So it's kind of lame, you know, kind of a bummer. I know they don't mean to make me sad, but I get a bit depressed about that. So it's okay. And Musgai is saying, kind of being caught up with exams and videos. I've also got a job teaching kids how to code. Ah, very nice. Safe to say I've been busy. Damn, that's awesome, Musgai. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. What programming language are you teaching them? And what kind of software are you fellas using? I'm curious about that. That's so interesting. It must be very nice to teach, you know, coding. I can relate because I think that teaching how to write in your native language, that's my work, is kind of like teaching how to code, you know, because there's a lot in common between just plain writing a text and coding. You know, you're really registering ideas and instructions on written text. But I'm curious about that. Pretty interesting. I'm glad you've been having so much fun. Very nice. I'm Winf saying there, could you play Team Fortress 2 Classic on stream? I could, Winf, but really not today, you know. I just want to play some regular TF2 today and have some fun with you fellas. I know that Team Fortress 2 Classic is an excellent mod, and a lot of people have interest in it. It is a very good mod, for sure. But I don't really feel like it is for me, you know. I think it is kind of redundant, personally. Because it is too close to regular TF2, in my opinion. About those mods, I personally prefer Open Fortress. You know, Open Fortress I have installed on my PC. I even ran an Open Fortress server like a year ago or something like that, and it was a lot of fun. So perhaps someday we'll play some Open Fortress with you fellas on stream. I think it could be nice. But you know, Team Fortress 2 Classic is nice and all, but I'm not really interested by that mod. Nothing against it, though. It is a fine mod, for sure, and it has its right to exist, I think. It's just that I don't feel like it is for me. But Open Fortress I really do like. It is so good. You know, I wish Valve would treat those modders right, instead of kind of like bullying them into not making their mods available. So that's very nice. Sofek is asking, how old are my students? I teach kind of like high school, so I think from 15 to 17, 18 years old in general. I also work in a special class after high school for students who want to do the test to get into an university. So it's kind of like a bit older students from 18 to, there's even people with 30 years old in that class. But usually like 18 to 22, 25, something like that. So I I teach quite a large range of ages. But yeah, you can think like this, from 15 to 30 is the public that I teach to. But most of them are probably with 17 or 18 years old or something like that. You know, people finishing high school and getting ready to do tests to enter universities. So that's the idea. Mus guy answering my question there, he's teaching JavaScripting. Very nice. I think Unity uses JavaScripting, doesn't it, Mus guy? Pretty cool. I used to toy around with Unity a couple of years ago, making games, you know, making kind of like projects and just playing around with it, and it was a lot of fun. I managed to hit Hial there. This is a spy, yeah, for sure, no doubts about it. Okay, let's put a sentry here. No, I can't put a sentry on the point and got backstabbed there. Should have paid attention. Nowadays, Mus guy, I like a lot of Lua programming, you know, the Lua programming language, because I like to develop short games in Pico 8. It is a fantasy console, kind of like a pretend video game console that we have on PC for both Windows and Linux. It's a pretty cool project, by the way. If you never heard about it, go check it out. Pico 8 with PICO and the number 8. It is very fun. Okay, let's put the sentry a bit to the side. Yeah, I think that's better. And that fantasy console uses the Lua programming language. It is very similar to Python, but I think a bit simpler. And a lot of fun to learn. I really like it. It's very nice. Hey, hello there, Império do Café, good afternoon, good to have you here. And Otávio Lemos asking if I ever played Team Fortress Classic, you know, the OG Team Fortress Classic, not the mod. I have, Otávio. I used to play a lot of that when I was a teenager, because I still have the disc. I have Half-Life, the first one, Opposing Force and Blue Shift on a physical disc. And also the original Counter-Strike 1.5, it's not even 1.6, it's 1.5. I have it on a disc, and I used to play a lot of those old Half-Life games, you know, and mods and everything. And I think the Counter-Strike or the Opposing Force disc came also with an installation for Team Fortress Classic. I don't know which version it was, but back in the days it wasn't even called Team Fortress Classic, I think. It was just called Team Fortress or something like that. I don't remember the Classic part being on the name, honestly. I really liked playing it. My favorite class back then was the Heavy, because I felt like it was a bit easier to understand how it works and to play it, you know. Let's place a dispenser here. I don't really know why, but I think it could be a nice thing for my teammates. Someone destroyed the teleporter. We have here, I think it is Hial. No, your last grape, just destroy my things. Come on, let me play your last grape. So yeah. But I used to play that a lot, it's very nice. Have I greeted Império do Café? If I have not greeted you yet, Império do Café, good afternoon to you as well. Very nice to have you here. Pretty cool. Dr. Kebab is asking, which subjects do I teach? I teach writing skills, Dr. Kebab. I don't know if there is an equivalent to that in your country, but here in Brazil we have a subject in school that is solely dedicated to writing and reading, you know, only that. It's not even grammar or anything like that. We have grammar classes as well on our academic curriculum, but we also have a subject dedicated to writing, you know, it's just that, how to write. It's kind of like that. In Portuguese, the name of the subject is redação here in Brazil. And it really translates to writing, you know. So that's what I teach. I I've taught in the past for some years Portuguese grammar, that's another subject, but nowadays I only teach writing. So there's that. I actually prefer teaching grammar. I think it is a simpler subject, but I think writing is more important, you know, in terms of how useful it will be in the end, you know, to students after they finish school. You know, I know it's kind of hard for students to try to gauge that sometimes, you know, which subjects will be important after I graduate, because really all of them will be to some degree. But I think that maths and everything that has to do with language is crucial, you know, for your work life later. And not only your work life, your personal life as well, you know, but mainly your work life. So that's my take on it. I know, Otavio is saying Unity uses C#, if I remember correctly. I think it also can use JavaScript, if I'm not mistaken. And Papa Delta works with JavaScript. Ah, that's very nice, Papa Delta. I knew you were a programmer, but I didn't know you worked with JavaScript. Very interesting to know. What do you do, Papa Delta, exactly? Explain it to us, would be nice to know. Pretty cool. Hey, hello Daryl, glad to have you here as well. It's okay, not playing today, no problem, my friend. But I'm glad to have you here, very nice. And Mateus, hello there, Mateus. Ah, I'm a favorite YouTuber. Thank you so much, Mateus. Thank you very much. Glad to have you here. Very nice. And you fellas are requesting games for live streams, you know, Team Fortress Classic, CSGO. Would be interesting, you know. I don't know, I usually only play TF2 because it's like, it's my comfort game, you know. Even if I play very badly, as you can see what I'm here. I mean, not too bad. 7 kills and 6 deaths. That's not the worst I've ever done. But you know, I think I'll place my sentry here to protect our spawn. Let's see if this will work. Ah, you see? Okay, already paid off, I think. Yeah, it already paid off. Let me go back to see if I can repair it before it gets destroyed. Where is the cabinet here? Here it is. So, you know, TF2 is kind of like my comfort game. It is the game I like to play when I'm tired, when I don't want to focus on things, you know. When really all I want to do is relax and have some fun. That is a good sentry spot. Very nice, very nice. Let's place a dispenser here to help the team, so we can hold this point. Ah, come on, scouts, I've just placed this dispenser here. Don't destroy it, please. Come on. But yeah, and that's why I don't really play other games on stream. But it could be fun to do once in a while, you know, a different sort of stream. I get the idea. And CSGO, I used to be pretty big on CSGO back in like 2014 or something like that. I even knew some fancy smoke grenade throws and stuff like that. It was very good, a lot of fun. On my other channel I have some frag clips that I made, stuff like that. Nowadays I don't really play CSGO because I feel like the game got too salty for my taste, you know, too competitive. And I think that kind of ruins the fun of it. I know some people like CSGO exactly because of that, but back in the day when I used to play Counter-Strike 1.6, you know, I used to play a lot of 5 Pool Day. I don't know if you fellas know that map. It's a very casual map, you know, kind of like a deathmatch experience, And even when I wasn't playing 5 Pool Day, I would really play casually, you know. And Counter-Strike 1.6 I think is interesting because the weapons were more viable in that game. I feel like, I don't know if I'm correct when I say this, but I feel like weapons were more viable back then, you know, especially shotguns, SMGs and pistols. And I get why CSGO kinda nerfs those weapons or dedicates them to specific uses in the match, like equal rounds and stuff like that. But I feel like that makes the experience as a whole less diverse and less interesting, you know. I remember when I played with friends with a close team, we used to have like the SMG guy, the shotgun guy, the large machine gun guy, the rifle guy, you know, the sniper person and all of that. And it was a lot of fun doing that. I particularly enjoyed playing with SMGs and shotguns. You know, the auto shotgun on Counter-Strike 1.6 is so fun to use, so much fun. I really like it. Ah, come on, could not kill that medic there. So that's why I'm not really a fan of CSGO nowadays. I think it got too salty for its own good. But perhaps I should give it a chance again. Could be fun, for sure. So yeah. What else are you saying? Let me see here. Let me see. Insofect saying, very interesting to have a subject dedicating to writing. We don't have it in Slovenia. Yeah, you know, you probably learn, you know, writing skills and stuff like that. I think that's kind of like something that's universal. But yeah, here in Brazil we have a single subject dedicated to that, you know. A single specific class for that. And I think that's very different, for sure. So yeah. And Mateus is asking, besides shooters, Professor, what genre of games do you like? I really like platformers and like third-person adventure games. For example, I used to play a lot of Tomb Raider when I was younger, and I really like it. I haven't played the new ones yet, which are already old by today's standards, but I mean like the reboot. I haven't played it yet, that trilogy. But I used to play a lot of the older games, you know. The Tomb Raider Anniversary is my favorite, which is the remake of the first game. And it's really like a remake and not a reboot. I really like that one. And I also like, you know, in that sort of third-person adventure genre, I also like a lot of survival horror. The classic Resident Evils, for example, are excellent. I really love those games. Yeah, managed to top score here, you see? I'm not playing half bad today. That's pretty good. I thought I would be suffering, but I'm doing very well. Perhaps it's my team that's supporting me properly here. Very nice, fellas, to have you here with me. Pretty cool. Let's place the sentry again in the same spot. Let's do this. I think this is the best spot for my sentry. So yeah. And nowadays, aside from TF2, I play a lot of 7 Days to Die. It's a survival crafting game in which you have to fight hordes of zombies. A lot of fun, really recommend it. I also play some Pico 8 games, of course, you know, really like My Chan Sweet Buns and Pork-like. It's pork, you know, from pig. Pork-like. Look for it, it's a cool little roguelike game, a lot of fun, really like it. And, you know, those kind of silly games. I've been recently replaying the first Resident Evil on my Embernick handheld gaming machine, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. Very nice, pretty cool. And Daryl is saying, CSGO Live Season 1, Episode 1 next Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably just play TF2 again. You know, this game is perfect. It's very nice. Papa Delta is saying there, I work on a startup company. Let's get the medic here. Let's do this. He went for the health kit. Okay, retreat, it's okay. A medic retreating is sometimes just as good as a dead medic. No reason to really pursue. I'm not a scout. I better fix my sentry and place a dispenser here. I think it would be more useful for the team. Okay, let's grab this metal here. It's just a little bit, but it helps. So yeah, Papa Delta was saying there, I work on a startup building a digital product that aims to help other technology teams improve their performance and security on building their own products. That's kind of complicated, but I understand. So you are developing something to help other people develop something. Okay, very interesting line of work, Papa Delta. Pretty cool. Must be interesting, you know. You probably have to kind of like tailor that product to what you expect people will need to do with it. And I think like that guessing game of what my users will need is very interesting challenge. Pretty cool. Very nice to know this. Fascinating, you know, how there are so many different like lines of works and professions. I'm always marveled by that. There's a lot you can do nowadays, and a lot to be done as well, and that's cool. That's pretty neat. Okay, let's try to... If I were a spy, I would be in a good position here. Come on, let me bail. No point. Thank you so much, spy. No point in getting killed like... And I'm dead now. Okay. I feel like the other team picked up on what I was doing there. so yeah. What else are you saying there? Let me see. And there you're saying, I agree that casual match looks like a comp match. Yeah, you know, there isn't really a difference nowadays between casual CSGO and competitive CSGO. At least in terms of how the match is structured. And that's one thing I like about TF2, you know. TF2 is more tailored to casual gameplay. And I think that's a good thing. It's probably what makes this game so timeless. Like, I feel like the original Counter-Strike, the 1.6 version, will outlive CSGO. I think when no one is playing CSGO anymore, people will still be playing the 1.6 game, I think. And that's probably because of the more casual design, in my opinion. Ah, Pomok's talking about Linux there, just saying Linux. Yeah, Linux. Linux is great. Linux is the best thing. Really like it. And open source in general, you know, the free software open source world is just so good. It is a joy to have so many good software developed by selfless people, you know, who simply want to help others. It's pretty good. I was also thinking about, as we are talking about open source and free software, I was pondering today if I should open a server for a game called Zonotic, or Zonotic, or Xonotic. I don't know how it is pronounced, but it is like Zonotic with an X, you know, X Onotic. Look for it on Google. It is a very good game, kind of like Unreal Tournament, you know, one of these arena shooters. And it is a free and open source game. It's a mod of Quake 3, I think it is. You know, it uses the Dark Places engine, which I think is an engine built on top of the Quake 1 or Quake 3 engine. I'm not sure. But it is a game developed in the Dark Places engine. You know, and they can do that because the original developers of the Quake engine up to Quake 3 have decided to release the Quake engines to the public, you know, like open source software and free for everyone to use. Unlike Valve, which still keeps the original source engine proprietary and the source 2 engine, you know. Valve isn't very friendly to modders. They were in the past, but nowadays they are not being very friendly to modders, you know. And id Software back in the day wasn't like that, and because of that we have nowadays games like Xonotic, Open Arena, you know. There's another one, I think it's even on Steam, called Varsal or something like that. Very good arena shooters. And I was thinking about opening a server here in Brazil for Xonotic. There are plenty of servers for people in the US and Europe, you know. I'm actually surprised by how large the Xonotic community is, on Europe especially. But here in South America, I don't think there's anyone hosting it. So I was thinking about opening a server for that game. Would be fun, would be nice. Okay, let me get out of here because I'm gonna die here. Yeah. No, I was already dead when I said that. And then perhaps it would make sense to make a stream showing Sonotic to you fellas. You know, it is a pretty neat game. I really like it. Really like it. But yeah, that would not come from our pool of resources to host TF2 servers. Just to make it clear, I was thinking about hosting that from my own pocket, you know, from my own personal money. For those of you who don't know, I have a crowdfunding campaign to host TF2 servers around the world, you know. If you become a channel member here on this channel, you get access to some benefits for helping out that endeavor. So thank you so much to all the supporters. We have some of them here watching and playing with us. So thanks a lot for that. But I was thinking about hosting a server from my own pocket, you know, from my own money. For Sonotic, which is a pretty good game, you know, more people should play it. And we were talking about mods, you know, just now, and there's been kind of like a bit of drama involving Open Fortress and TF2 Classic. Normal Scientist doesn't look too happy there, but yeah, there's been a bit of drama involving those two mods because they decided to go against what Valve asked them to do and continue to distribute the mods, you know, even though they use leaked code from they use code from a leaked TF2 build. And Valve, I think 2 or 3 days ago, clearly stated that they are against that. They don't condone that. And you know, thinking about that, I was like, that would be nice if people were to recreate the TF2 experience in a game, in a platform that allowed them to do that fully, you know. And Sonotic, for example, is a game that would allow that because it is open source and free, as in free software. It is licensed under the GPL license. So I was thinking that, you know, if instead of making mods for source engine games, you know, and putting yourself in a situation in which Valve can simply snap their fingers and take all your hard work from you and your team, perhaps would make more sense for people to develop mods for games that are open source and that allow that sort of thing, you know. Just kind of thinking, you know. I wish I really had the skills to program something great, but I don't, and I don't know. I feel like sometimes the people who have these skills are wasting them in the wrong place. Don't get me wrong, source engine mods are great. I really like them. I think people working on these mods are doing an excellent work. It's just that I worry that they will someday lose access, you know, lose the rights to keep doing what they are doing because some corporation decided it doesn't like what is being done, like Valve, for example. So yeah, it is worrying. I have a very strong stance in regards to proprietary software, you know. I don't like it. I think all software should be open sourced and free. That's kind of like even a political stance I have. I'm strongly against proprietary software. It is bad for everyone. But, you know, that's just my opinion. So yeah. Papa Delta is saying that he loves the possibilities they have with software development. Yeah, it is pretty cool, Papa Delta. I'm glad for you, very nice. The very little I know about software development, you know, because I play around with game engines and stuff like that, I really like it. So it must be interesting to work with that. Pretty nice. Pomox asking, what Linux distro do you use? I use Arch, by the way. That's kind of like a meme phrase. I use Arch Linux. Pomoc. It's pretty good, not very noob friendly because you have to learn about it, you know. There's a very extensive wiki you have to study. I used to use Ubuntu before I switched to Arch Linux last year, I think. And I remember I was preparing to do that switch, to install Arch Linux on my computer. And I was like studying the wiki, taking notes, watching tutorials, you know, asking questions on forums. And it was a very interesting experience. And I felt like I was learning something about computers again, you know, like a student once more. It was very nice, and it is a better experience than Ubuntu, in my opinion. So I really liked doing that jump. It was very good for me. And we have Hiao here. I think I'll switch classes now, since we are on 5CP. Let's play some soldier, let's do this. Let's farm a little bit the rocket launcher that Uncle Liu gifted me. I really like this war paint. Looks great. So yeah. Minctory is asking the name of the song. Let me check here, Minctory. The Chrono Trigger song that is playing right now. It is Punk Hairdo Kid. That's the name of the song. Let me grab a link to it so I can paste it on chat for you fellas. This one here. Let me check if it is the correct link. Yeah, it is. This is the song that is playing currently. So that's it. But yeah, I don't even remember what I was saying now, just now. Forgot about it. About Arch Linux. Yeah, it is a better system, I think. Because, you know, Ubuntu is good and all, it's not a bad distribution, but it kind of limits the potential of what you can do with your computer, in the sense that it is harder to get up-to-date, you know, applications. And Arch Linux makes it easier to get those applications. For example, there is a version of the Open Fortress installer on the AUR, the Arch user repositories, that I can install with a simple command in my terminal. So it is very easy to get up-to-date applications on Arch Linux, and I really like that. I use, by the way, for those of you who know about Linux and are curious, I like to use the GNOME desktop environment. You know, because I was using Ubuntu previously, and Ubuntu also uses the GNOME desktop. But I've used in the past XFCE. I think the name of the other was i3 Gaps, was the other one I used. You know, they are all pretty good. i3 Gaps in particular was a great tiling Windows system, very efficient. But I like the GNOME look and workflow, you know. I really like the way GNOME works. It's a pretty good desktop environment. Highly recommend it. And at least to me, it's not very taxing on performance. At least in my system, I didn't notice it. It's not as light as some other options, but it isn't horrible in terms of performance. And I like the way it works. So yeah. And Otavio's talking about id Software. I really like id Software. Quake 2, Doom, all good games. Yeah, you know, the classics. It's no wonder why the work that id Software did in the early days spawned so many good things, you know. Half-Life was originally to be a mod of on the Quake engine. And I think Team Fortress was as well a Quake mod before going to the Source engine and then to Source 2. Yeah, what id Software did back in the day was fundamental to the FPS game genre. So I think they deserve credit for it. And nowadays, even if they are not the same anymore, because I think they were bought by Bethesda, weren't they? Something like that. Even if they are not the same id anymore, at least they still managed to publish good games from time to time. You know, I have not played Doom Eternal yet, but I've played the 2016 Doom. You know, the kind of like reboot of Doom, and I really like it. It's a very good game, very good indeed. You know, that's kind of like more than what Valve has managed to do. You know, release new games. What has Valve released in the last years? And has my internet connection died here? It seems so. Let me check. Okay. Let me check if string has not died here, just to make sure, because I noticed a hitch there. It seems to be working fine. Okay, I hope you fellas are not dropped from string. I hope you are not. I hope it is okay. But I think the server is going down. I saw on the control panel for my server provider that they would be doing some maintenance this weekend. So perhaps that's it. Yeah. Seems like it will be going down. Okay. But it seems to be intermittent. Perhaps we can still keep playing, I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's down, okay. Yeah. No, it's back, it's not down. Is it going or not? I think we are stuck on a limbo here. Okay, how are things going here? Let's see. My ping is okay, so perhaps it has to do to that maintenance. You know, it happens, it happens. Internet infrastructure isn't perfect. And I use a good host, in my opinion. You know, by the way, recommended, Vulture. Perhaps I should even share my affiliate link, because I have an affiliate link for Vulture. If you want to host your own dedicated servers, they offer pretty good service. I really like it. But it's never perfect, you know, that sort of stuff happens. I used to not understand that when I started hosting servers. And I was like very upset when something didn't work properly. And sometimes it was even my fault, you know, like I had configured something improperly and that bugged everything, you know. That also happens. It is a learning process. But sometimes it is the host's fault. And here in Brazil, at least, the local hosts we have are not very good. So when I saw that Vulture were offering options for servers in South America, I decided to jump ship to it. Even if I had to pay a little bit more, because it is like an international company and something like that. It is worth it. It is worth it for sure. So I highly recommend it. Before Vulture, I was using Linode for my international servers, and it is also pretty good, but I think Vulture has a better control panel, in my opinion. So yeah. Mateus is asking there, teacher, do you like Chrono Trigger? I notice you always play the songs of the game. It is my favorite game of all time. It is an all-time classic, for sure, Mateus. Chrono Trigger is great. I never finished it, and I've even never played it too much. I've played only a little bit on emulators, but I really like it, and especially the soundtrack. I think it is amazing, a lovely soundtrack, you know. I really like it. So that's why I often play these songs from Chrono Trigger. This is so funny. TF2 is precious. TF2 is too precious. But yeah, I like the soundtrack for that game. It is great. It is excellent. And I think a lot of people do as well enjoy those songs. You know, the playlist I have for my stream music are only songs from a collective called OC Remix. They're kind of like a forum / website of game soundtrack remixers, and they have done an excellent work over the years, and the Chrono Trigger is one of their most remixed franchises. You know, they have a lot of songs there on their website for Chrono Trigger. So that's why I play them, because they are good and there's a lot of them, and it is royalty-free music. If you are a streamer and you are looking for a soundtrack for your streams, then for sure look into OC Remix. You can use their songs in your projects without any problems. I've been doing that for like what, 2 or 3 years now, and I never had any copyright problems here on YouTube. It's been great, all time long, you know. So look into it. OC Remix, very nice. So yeah. Christian saying that Scout Ragdoll was so cursed. Yeah, it was very cursed. Very cursed. Yeah, so yeah, the server is unstable here, but it's dropping and coming back, so there's something happening there on Vulture's data center, probably. Yeah. But I think I should be ending stream right now, because we're already clocking close to 1 hour, which is usually for how long I stream, you know. So, in that sense, nothing much different, really. Okay, let's see if we can get to the next control point to help defend it and push into last. Well, it's a very fun map to play on, you know. It's kind of like one of those forgotten TF2 maps that no one plays nowadays on casual matchmaking, but it is so fun to play. It is one of the better 5CP maps, in my opinion. I prefer it to the Capture the Flag version, honestly. Even if CTF Well is one of my favorite CTF maps, you know, I think it is better than 2 Fort, for example. But the how's it called? The 5CP version is better, in my opinion. So I like it. Moose Guy likes the Doom soundtrack. Yeah, it is pretty good, you know. The newest one, I get it why people like it, but I'm not really into it that much, you know, the new Doom soundtrack. I like the classic songs better, you know, the way they... Am I going to the right direction? I think I am, let me see. Because I could be going to the wrong direction. Yeah, no, this is the right direction, okay. Let's deal with the spiral here. And we have a scout there. Yeah, I should retreat. No point pushing my luck like this. Okay, the medic's going that way. I think I wanna jump to grab the health pack here. Okay, there's a scout down there. What else is going on? I have to... Now, we're gonna lose this point here. Because they have kept mid, so I have to keep going. Let's do it. The medic's here. Come on, you should not be able to shoot these railings. Did you see that? My rocket just exploded there. That's lame, you know, that's so lame. I know on some maps the railings, you know, block your movement, but they don't block your bullets. And I think that should be default for all maps. That's what I think. So yeah. Papa Delta is saying he likes double cross. Yeah, double cross is the better 2 Fort, you know, double cross is too good. I really like it as well. 2 Fort isn't a map that I'm too fond of. I know it's kind of like the one of the most iconic maps of TF2, but I just think it isn't that fun to play, you know. Don't really like it. So yeah. Inctor is asking if I have plans to update both of my pictures on my channels. On the Brazilian channel, I have a plan to do that. I don't know when I'll be able to do that, but I think I should do it. Because now I have a mustache, and on my Brazilian channel, the avatar has a beard, you know. But here on this channel, I think the avatar is okay as is. Even if I'm not using that loadout anymore, I think it is okay, you know. It kind of represents the spirit of this channel, and that's fine, I think. So yeah. Christian is talking about the arena version of Well. The arena version of Well is excellent. It is pretty good. I like it as well. It is awesome. Arena mode should come back to casual matchmaking. It was very nice. So yeah. Oh, I'm getting tired, fellas. I'm getting tired here. And I still have to grade a lot of essays today. There's no resting for me today. At least I'm having the opportunity to play some TF2 with you fellas. That's very nice. Come on. He was just camping here, waiting for me. Okay, let's see if I can get the heavy. Since the other soldier also has Uber, at least we'll be able to kill the heavy. Okay, our Ubers ended at the same time. Let's block the capture here of the point, even if it is for just a little bit. Can we kill that medic? That is the question. No, we cannot. We cannot. TB is paying attention. So yeah. Yeah, fellas, pretty cool. Most guys saying there, I didn't mean the Doom soundtrack. I meant the rapper producer MF Doom. I don't know much about rap. I'm sorry, Musguy. I assumed since you were talking about game soundtracks, I assumed you were talking about the Doom soundtrack. So yeah, I'm not familiar with that producer. You know, I don't even listen to much music nowadays. Usually when I'm listening to music, it is game soundtracks, so I'm not very versed on that. But yeah, this was fun, fellas. Thanks for coming to play with me. I really appreciate it. You know, it was a lot of fun. But we are already clocking at 1 hour, so I think I'll end stream right now. Next week, I think I will not be able to stream. Okay, fellas, just a heads up, just letting you fellas know. So next week we probably will not have a stream, and we will resume on the week after that, okay? Just so you fellas know. If I have a change of plans here, I'll let you fellas know on Twitter and on the community tab. But just so you are not surprised if next Sunday I don't stream, okay? So that's it. And there is asking if I were wearing the gunboats. Yes, I was. I really like wearing the gunboats on Soldier. It's very nice. And about fences, Christian is saying there, I hate fences with physics. Isn't difficult to put a player clip mappers. I also hate stairs without player clip. Yeah, that's something that you have to keep in mind when you are making a map, in my opinion. It's a very important feature to put into your maps. So yeah. And Sofek saying, it was fun playing with you all, have a nice week. And I make Sofek words my own, you know, fellas. I always appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming to play with me. And I hope you have a wonderful week. We'll see each other again live on the other Sunday, okay? Not next Sunday, but the other one. So have a wonderful 2 weeks there. Bye-bye, everyone. I love all of you. Here's a heart for you. And until next time. Bye, fellas.